How much sleep did you get last night? We've all asked this question. Sleep is a silent killer in our lives when it is not valued enough. Let's take an example. Very soon, daylight savings will be happening across the world in many countries, and the days will be getting shorter. But did you know that globally, there's actually a 24% increase in the risk of heart attacks when this happens, when we lose an hour in the autumn? And in turn, when we gain an hour in the spring, there's a 21% decrease in the risk of heart attacks. Isn't that amazing? Sleep is amazing, and we should cherish it, protect it. We're the only species on the planet that purposely deprives ourselves of sleep. Sleep is the #1 predictor of all-cause mortality. Quite literally, the shorter your sleep, the shorter your life. My research is looking at sleep in the most extreme environment we've ever known, in space. In space, microgravity gives very harsh health effects onto our body, including on our sleep. We get much shorter sleep than we do get down here. And this is caused by numerous different factors, such as the isolated, confined, extreme microgravity environment, deep space cosmic radiation, and also, of course, the lack of sunlight, which is our biggest regulator. And this is even a bigger question when we think about what happens when we spend longer in space and travel further in space, how these effects worsen over time, away from our protective sphere. We know ourselves that when we deprive ourselves of sleep, even just by a small amount, the next day our performance is significantly affected. So just think about if astronauts also experience that same fatigue, that can't happen at all. Not only would it mean the risk on the mission, but the risk on their lives as well. My approach is harnessing the power of the gut. The gut is this fascinating system that we still need to learn so much more about, and it has this curious connection with our sleep circuitry. There's a beautiful bidirectional relationship between the gut and the brain. And so I'm working on developing on a small pill that will travel down your gut and send safely electrical impulses to the lining of your gut where there are millions of neurons, so you could stimulate them and modulate your sleep in a way that we've never done before. I'm also simulating microgravity in the lab itself so that we could see how sleep cells respond to these effects and actually control and mitigate these changes to our circadian rhythm. If we could improve their sleep up there, we could improve ours here. Sleep is a non-negotiable biological necessity that we cannot afford to underestimate. I'm convinced this will be the next frontier to GI and sleep technology. This is not just a gut feeling. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You learned so much in these Grad Slam talks, things that you never would have thought about in the course of your life, and it's all so fascinating. So really appreciate your sharing all of this with us. So tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so I'm from the UK and did all my education there in London. Queen Mary University of London, and my master's was at Imperial College London.
And what attracted you to the global PhD program at NYU Abu Dhabi?
So I was applying for my PhD at NYU, and I actually knew my PI, Dr. Khalil Ramadi, like 6 years ago, because I was in the States and I met him as a TA over there in Boston. So we kept in touch. He knew my interests, I knew his. I told him I was applying to NYU, and he was like, come join my lab. And it worked out.
Excellent. Oh, that's excellent. So how did you get interested in astronauts? How did that piece of the space piece kind of fit in to your research and on sleep and around sleep?
Yeah, so it never started with sleep or the gut. That sort of just made its way there. But for me, it was always about medical devices, biomedical engineering, and then it was actually when I went to the States that I saw that space medicine is a thing there. And I was like, wow, okay, my interests of space and biomedical engineering can actually fuse. So that's when I really delved into it more, and I wanted to become really deep into it in my thesis. So that's how it became. Yeah.
Have you been interested in trying to engage with any of the UAE space agencies?
Trying, but failing slowly. Yeah, they're hard to contact, but in the past, when I was in my master's, I worked with the European Space Agency, a lot easier to get in contact with. But hopefully, let's see.
Okay, well, be persistent.
I will.
Because persistent furthers, so this would be great. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your talk.